Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. Special day. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That guy out there is.
Rick Levy in Southern California.
You folks probably don't know this, but today is National Shampoo Your Carpet Day. And so if you happen to hear a noise in the background, that's because Rick is celebrating by having his carpet shampooed. So anyway, just to celebrate, Rick and I today have the brand new handy dandy El Sativo Reposado. This is, Rick and I had the luxury, the glory of dissecting and tasting El Sativo Blanco. If you're familiar with this, you should know this brand already by now. That's the Blanco. That Blanco comes out of NOM 1480, which is organic and kosher. Look, right there, folks. Okay, so again, a good indication that this is at least healthy for you and religiously healthy as well. But on top of that, this brand is so new. It came out in 2020. It was a Brand of Promise nominee and winner, actually, in the organic tequila category. But we, unbeknownst to us, they were resting these, and now they have a reposado and an añejo. So Rick and I are going to taste and dissect the repo and go from there. Look, bubbles, Rick.
Yay!
They got bubbles, like the Blanco did. If you guys are familiar with this distillery, 1480, a lot of wonderful brands there. Rick and I have tasted a majority of them coming out of there, and One with Life. They have an extra añejo that was it. Oh no, it wasn't with you. I actually did the extra añejo with Jason, I believe, and it's lovely. It's lovely. There's lots of other brands, but we're gonna taste this one. Tell you, then we'll get into the ins and outs because we know nothing about the ins and outs about this brand, but we're gonna try and reverse engineer what they've done here. Rick, didn't they do something interesting with the Blanco? What was it that something about terpenes or something?
Yeah, well, the partners in this tequila have a background, I think, in selling cannabis in Colorado, right?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's become a legitimate business, folks.
And so they seem to sort of be bringing their their chemistry language from that industry to this effort. And with the Blanco, they did send us some materials that went on at length about terpenes.
Yeah.
And those are organic compounds that are a product of the the fermentation and distillation process from the originating from the original fruit. And we just don't normally hear our producers talking about the product in that language.
Yeah, I guess it is what gives the tequila an aroma. The different aromas that we get are influenced by the terpenes. These are beautiful legs and tears, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys are watching this on the screen, but it's gorgeous.
I think we can see them better on yours than on mine.
Wow, look at that string of pearls. That is really gorgeous. Now it's rather light for a repo. I mean, if we had no information on the length of time they're being rested. Okay, so we're going to go on what we can see. I'm thinking 3 to 6 months, maybe.
And we don't have any information on the barrels, the toast on the barrels.
So what's it smell like? Oh, hello.
It's picking up a lot of wood.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. It smells like whiskey. I mean, It's got the nice caramel and vanilla notes, and
right?
it's sweet on the nose, and it's coming through loud and clear, more than I thought it would. Just judging from the look, it looks like it's been lightly aged, anywhere from 3 to 6 months. But who knows? Maybe they're using these old barrels and they got 8 months in there, because that smells like something much more mature,
Right.
that you get in an añejo sometimes. Wow. We just broke the seals on these folks. We've had them for what, a couple of weeks at least, maybe longer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just cracked seals before this.
yep.
I'm still getting, the bright herbal notes from the Blanco.
Yeah, for those of you who have had a lot of these organic tequilas coming out of 1480, it's a Tequila Las Americas. It's become a very popular distillery of late, and their stuff is so clean that they're almost getting to the point now where it's almost like Cofradia, where they have that familiar stamp, and I'm getting that familiar. It's almost like after a while you do enough of these, you can pick them out blind, And but this is really, I will say that you don't, the characteristic of Las Americas is you don't lose the agave no matter how old you age, how long you age the tequila.
Right.
That's really nice, man. That is just very.
It's a gorgeous layer of barrel notes on there. Now I'm trying to remember with the Blanco if we also found that distinctive. I'm so captivated by the aroma that I can't talk. The water.
Oh, the well water
from Amatitan.
Yeah.
The
minerality from the water.
The minerality, right. Now, they said something with the Blanco about this kind of, what was it, volcanic rock filtration?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if we had thought that affected the minerality in the Blanco.
Well, after having had G4, the different iterations of G4, Pasote, and Terralta, and what Felipe does with that water, I'm beginning to really understand now what influences the water has to do with the final result. And you and I have had several from Amatitan, not just from this distillery, but from others. And we really like that minerality. And I would say that volcanic filtration makes a difference. And I'll tell you why. This week I did a tasting of Tequila, which is the blue agave spirit from New Zealand. Okay, and their water, they actually, their distillery is located on what is considered the cleanest, clearest water in the world, and it's been tested as that. And what happens is their microclimate, there are rivers, underground rivers, that feed this well where the distillery is, and the water is snow runoff from the mountains that is filtered through limestone. And I got to tell you, that agave spirit is way different than what I've sensed in volcanic, filtration, regular, osmosis filtration. I'm here to tell you that the water does make a difference in the final outcome. So
was the water super soft, or did it just have a different character?
It's fresh water, and it's, yes, the water is super soft and clear, and it influences, the soil in that microclimate is much richer because it's actually the site of that distillery is a site of a former winery. And, a lot of good wines come out of New Zealand and Australia, for that matter. So the microclimate, the terroir, the water, all that plays into what the final outcome is, what the plant absorbs. The gentleman who owns that distillery in New Zealand had to actually strip the topsoil before he planted his plants, because he wanted to stress the plant out. The soil was so rich that he had to bulldoze like the top layers of topsoil. And I gotta tell
Right.
you, he probably could have stressed it even more, and still the outcome would have been the same. So yes, I'm a believer that the water influences the final outcome. I am. Whether you're using filtered water that's through osmosis, or well water, or volcanic water, or Culligan water, it's all going to make a difference if the maker knows how to play with it. And
Yeah.
obviously the guy in New Zealand is no slouch. He really does know what he's doing.
And that water in Amatitan seems to have a particularly strong minerality to it that
Yes,
stamps
yes.
its character on the tequilas that come out of there.
Some of the tequilas that come out of a Matitan will even tell you they're oxygenated. It's like they run it through a aerator or something, because they want to try and tame it. And I'm not for taming. I'm all for
No, it's just
give it to me, man.
make it somewhere else if you
Make
want
it,
tame.
yeah. So let's dive in to
Oh,
El Sativo Reposado that we know nothing about, and see what we get.
well, we know it smells gorgeous.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's got this creaminess to it,
Yeah.
but the minerality's there. It's got it's like it has this creamy texture, but the flavor has this bite to it.
Yeah, it doesn't lose the bite. It's got a great finish, medium to long, nice, warm, fuzzy. But the flavor notes from the barrel are wonderful.
Yeah.
And then you get that pepper explosion at mid palate. It just, no mistaking the agave. It's there. And I guess the explosion in mid palate, the pepper. It's funny though, Rick. I'm not getting like baking spice notes from the barrel. I'm getting more pepper notes from the agave. In other words, the pepper hasn't turned into like hot cinnamon or anything like
Right.
that. Wow. Wow, this has got a lot of character. So
Yeah.
why don't we
I'm going to nominate this right now because I think this could dominate the Reposado.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right here, Brandon Promise nominee in the Reposado category. Um, I'm like dumbfounded. Now I got to say, because of the character of the flavor profile, I can say it's 6 to 8 months. But it doesn't look like it. It's still the legs and tears are not clingy. They're nice and runny, which is okay. They sheet beautifully. So they're not doing anything special. There's, other than the glycerin that happens naturally in distillation, they're not adding anything to the wood. Nothing. This is as clean as it gets. Wow, man.
Yeah. Wow. Boy, that pepper's still going.
And the creaminess, though, that was like cream soda,
Yeah.
not like root beer, cream soda. It was like I want to throw like a scoop of ice cream in this thing. Holy cats! Mm. Mm. Oh my goodness. Mm. Now on second pass, I'm getting a lot more honey, caramel, butterscotch, everything, man. Now the finish is dry though because it's peppery on the end. It's a bite on the finish, so I'm going to say it's dry. But I can't call this bourbon. It's a whiskey barrel for sure. Bourbon for me has a much more darker. The tannins come through a lot more, and but it goes in really sweet. Wow. What else do we say, man? Go buy some. How much is it worth? Yeah. What price?
Old Town has it for 47.
Oh, it's worth every penny. Wow.
And that's not a sale price either. So
It's got that great lip numbness. I'm getting lip numbness and gum numbness. It's everything the Blanco is, but with one more layer of complexity, several layers. I mean, this is one of the more complex repos that you and I have had in a long time, man.
And maybe the makers they're really onto something with this, aroma chemistry that they're into so much, because the aromatics on this are fantastic.
Yeah, this is like really great cologne.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you spill it, you just pick it up and splash some. I gotta shave later on, so I'm probably gonna use this as aftershave and just throw it on.
Yeah, but then you'll only attract other tequila aficionados.
Yeah, I know. Well,
a lot of us are middle-aged men.
Yeah, I know. Hey. And every pass is something different. Now I'm getting like tropical fruit at the bottom. Besides the honey, it's almost like a mango or a papaya or something, like a ripe fruit of some sort. There have been repos and añejos that I get like a dry fruit, like an apple or a pear. I'm not getting that. I'm getting more tropical fruit here. Every single time. Every time I sip, it's like a different story. Mm. Wow, that's beautiful. My goodness. Holy cats. All right, well, I don't know what else to say. Brand of Promise nominee in the organic reposado category. But it is
will dominate.
Yeah, because we get the bulk of the organic tequilas that come to us, and so thankfully Rick and I have had enough. This is our jam right here. This Mid Valley and Valle, we love this stuff. Anything from the valley down into tequila, we love that earthiness and the minerality. It's our jam. And not that the other ones are any better or any worse, it's different. And wow, man, this is amazing. Congratulations to El Sativo. Go get it at Old Town. They'll ship everywhere where they legally can. It's worth every penny, and take your time with it. I wouldn't even put this in a cocktail, honestly. No, not at all. And if you're going to make a cocktail with it, what you would normally use an añejo with, this is a solid reposado that's got a lot of character. It's not.
Would you pair it with a cigar?
Good question. I would have to go with a lighter wrapper, like a Connecticut wrapper, because of the sweetness. I wouldn't go too robust because they clash, in my opinion. Now that doesn't mean that the añejo isn't going to be robust worthy. Okay, so if you stick with
can't wait.
I can't wait. That's our take on El Sativo Reposado. You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. Please follow us on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a like, and whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.